Albanese government, in strife, Rita Panahi dissects latest polling, Sky News Australia. Sign up. Log in. Opinion. Rita Panahi. Albanese government, in strife, Rita Panahi dissects latest polling. Sky News host Rita Panahi breaks down the latest Guardian Essential poll with the data showing, Airbus Albo, needs to reassess his government's faltering agenda. Gemma Crotty digital lead. 3 minutes read. Sky News host Rita Panahi breaks down the latest Guardian Essential poll with the data showing, Airbus Albo, needs to reassess his government's faltering agenda. You know the Anthony Albanese government is in strife when even the most left-leaning polls show Australians are seeing through the empty promises and ineptitude, Ms Panahi said. She said among the interesting results is the dive in both Labor and the Greens' primary vote, with Labor falling from 33 to 32%, while the Greens fell from 14 to 10%. The coalition is up from 32 to 34%. One Nation, United Australia and other minor parties are all up as well, she said. She also said what is fascinating is the gender breakup, with women more likely to vote for the coalition than Labor. We are told the Liberal Party has a women's problem, but according to the Essential polling that is not the case. When it comes to men, Labor and the coalition are tied on 34% primary vote. But for female voters, while 34% back the coalition, only 29% back Labor. And that's reflected in the all-important two-party preferred numbers. Haunt you for life, gruesome footage of Hamas terrorists shown to Australian journalists. Gruesome footage of Hamas militants murdering hundreds of Israeli civilians was aired to a group of Australian journalists at the Israeli embassy. This marks the first time the horrific video, which includes bodycam footage of Hamas terrorists, is being shown outside Israel. Herald Sun senior columnist Patrick Carlyon says the footage is the sort of stuff that would haunt you for life. It is terribly sad. We're seeing it across the Western world, especially universities, where a massacre of innocent people has sort of been used as a default clarion call if you like for change in the region, he told Sky News host Rita Panahi. And that's not right, you can't do that. This was a massacre, it's not a starting point for change. Not a good time for the RBA to raise interest rates in November. Herald Sun's business commentator Terry McCrann says it's not a good time for the RBA to raise interest rates in the month of November. Mr. McCrann said there was no need for the RBA to rush a rate hike and instead suggested RBA Governor Michelle Bullock should wait and see how the Middle East conflict with Israel and Hamas plays out. I think the Reserve Bank should not hike even before the Middle East, Mr. McCrann told Sky News host Rita Panahi. Most people think a hike is locked in because of the inflation figures. I think this is not a good time. We don't need a hike. There's a lot of pain out there, people are suffering, a hike will really add to that. Farmers hit back at Green Agenda with new campaign. A new campaign, Keep Farmers Farming, by the National Farmers Federation aims to show the Energy Minister that proposed energy projects are only going to end up hurting both farmers and consumers in the long run. We've launched a campaign called Keep Farmers Farming, and that's all about ensuring that we put all these policies forward as a package and that demonstrates that it's going to curb our productivity and that productivity curve is going to hurt consumers, National Farmers Federation President David Jochinka told Sky News host Rita Panahi. Mr. Jochinka explained that farmers aren't against renewables but that green proposals need to benefit everybody. Farmers want to be part of renewables, but we are not going to do it at all costs. We want to make sure that farmers are consulted, that the pain that's been built is not just burdened by farmers, that it is shared across the community and that when there is a proposition put forward, that it benefits everybody, he said. Mr. Jochinka's comments echo growing opposition to the thousands of kilometers of power lines being built to connect a network of rural wind and solar farms to cities. Add your comment to this story. To join the conversation, please log in. Don't have an account? Register. Join the conversation. You are commenting as log out. Sign up. Log in. Members connect with Sky News newsletters commenting guidelines. About US TV Guide about Sky News. The skynews.com.au team careers content sales and licensing media releases legal corrections. Contact us feedback and complaints partner with Sky News technical facts. Our news network the Australian Daily Telegraph Herald Sun Courier Mail Adelaide Now. Our partners Sky News on Flash Foxtel Sky News Regional Australia Channel Program Partners. Our apps. Privacy policy. Relevant ads opt-out. Cookie policy. Terms of use.